All right. Now this one's a fun one. My boyfriend loves to slut shame women and like go off about how men don't want women that are run through, which I always rebuttal with, yeah, well, those women don't want you either, hun. Don't worry.
This is your boyfriend?
This is her king, baby. Like we always get into full heated debates about how I believe women should be sexually free to do whatever the fuck they want, as men are. Anyways, he doesn't agree with that and thinks women need to be all pure and shit, and it drives me insane. He probably is in love with his mom. His last few girlfriends, he was like their second body ever. He was also in college dating girls in college. So yeah, when you're fresh out of high school, of course you've only slept with like 2 guys. We fucked on the 3rd date, which to this day he brings up as being too soon.
Whoa.
I have thoughts. Just let's get through this. Okay.
Yeah.
He wanted to wait longer. Babe, I'm 29. My pussy is like a blown out truck. A truck tire on the side of the highway.
Girl, you're funny. What are you doing with this fucking clown?
Okay, bitch, you need to come into our writer's room because you're the funniest person I've ever. Okay. Other than this, he is actually a very genuine, kind human being. He takes really good care of me and our dogs. He's great, but he's an old school Middle Eastern guy. They just grow up with these views on women. It's ingrained into them. I'm a massive feminist and I believe in equality in all forms. Whether or not that makes women less desirable to men isn't the point.
Right.
Like men are like fucking prizes anyways. Please. The only thing men have done for me is given me PTSD and stood in my way. Amen, sis. Anyways, my super Puritan boyfriend doesn't know I have banged upwards of like 150 dudes.
Really? Good for you, pussy queen.
Yeah, no, that is the definition of a pussy queen.
I love it. She's like, babe, you're my 4th guy.
Yeah, this week. Okay. I went through a giant, really self-destructive hoe phase as a way to escape when I was feeling sad.
We'd love to see it.
Much like binge drinking, I went through a big like tear of bodies to like seek validation, etc. I thought banging some mediocre hinge men would make me love myself. LMAO. I probably could go to a slaw meeting for sure, but I mean, I have honed it in and now I am in a long-term relationship that is very happy, and I don't by any means cheat or stray. I don't miss it. Most of the time, sex with randoms is shit anyways. No, that is the truth. I'd rather order sushi and masturbate. But anyways, that's my secret. I was a massive hoe, and I'm with a guy that hates hoes. LOL, bye. Okay, that was so fucking funny.
That was a really good secret.
That was a really good secret. It was really well written.
It was
straight to the point. It was cute. Everyone else, take notes. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, oh my God. But 150 dudes, honestly, go the fuck off. I'm trying to think. I think that's really funny too, like how sometimes we end up like attracting what we're trying to like denounce.
Yeah,
I guess.
because that's exactly like what, I mean, that happens all of the time.
I feel like it's also like people will come into your life as like lessons sometimes.
Because he's also attracting the same thing.
Yeah, he is. And but that's really interesting. Like, yeah, okay, that's great that you're saying he's a good boyfriend, but it's really interesting that he's so hung up on like,
well, he's Middle Eastern, so that is a big thing.
And it's a cultural difference and religious difference.
Super misogynistic culture.
Have you seen okay, sorry to bring up TikTok, but have you seen those TikToks where it's like it goes POV, you're dating a Middle Eastern guy, and then he'll like bring a tent on the beach, like, baby, you don't need to go out. Like, why do you need to see the sun? The sun doesn't need to see you, and just like putting a tent around her.
They're so funny. So yeah, Middle Eastern men are inherently pretty fucking misogynistic. And my grandpa was one of them, and very misogynistic. I feel like though all men kind of secretly have that, where they would prefer to be with a woman, who is of purity, know? And
okay, what it comes down to is insecurity, because they feel like the more dudes you fuck, the less they're going to stand up to like the better sex you had.
Right. Well, and now here's a question. Flip it around. Would you rather date a guy who's had sex with less women or a lot more? Like, would it be a turnoff if you were dating a guy and he's like, I've slept with upwards 200 women, 150 women?
When I was more insecure, yes. But to me, I personally don't give a fuck now. I think, you know what?
Yeah.
Good. Get it out of your system. Because I think if you're really inexperienced, I think that the longer you're in a relationship, then like you start wandering even harder of like, what else is out there? Like, I want to do this. I want to do that. I think after sleeping with a good amount of people, I think this goes for men and for women. I think you know what you like better. I think you know, kind of like what she's saying. She's like, a lot of random sex is honestly just bad. And that's so true. I went through like a brief little hoe phase. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I just kind of, just for me personally, I know some people can handle it and go off. That's great for you. But for me, I just was like left always just feeling so empty. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
fucking
never,
up my pH up in this bitch.
It's always, it fucks up your pH. It's not that fun. If we were to count actually how many men I would consider I've had sex with, 3. According to me.
Wait, okay, can you elaborate? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you talking good sex? Or are you talking...
what excludes, what actions
I'm gonna count the ones that count are the ones that like I actually really, the
one where you didn't cry in their bathroom after?
Sure.
Okay.
And some of them I did still cry in the bathroom after, but men that I was like, okay, I really like care about this guy and I'm fucking them because I care about them. Not to get like validation and because I'm like,
So like a shitty hookup, you're not counting as sex.
Yes, but if I was to count a shitty hookup or just fucking guys because I wanted to feel powerful, 40, 45, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember
3 really.
You, me, and Joy, we were like, just goofing off like one night, like we were like in fucking quarantine. And for some reason we like decided to like write out everyone that we'd hooked up with. And I finished my list and then you and Joy were still writing. And I remember I felt so insecure about that. This is probably like 2 years ago now, but I felt like really insecure. And then you guys were like, yeah, here's my list. And I was like, wait, what? You guys have experienced like, oh God. And then I was like thinking like, what have I been doing with my life?
Joy's is much shorter than mine.
Yeah, but it was still longer than mine. And I was like, oh my God. And it was so funny because I remember I kind of had like my little hoe phase like right after that because I was like, I need to get out there. Like I need to live. And then like I kind of did it and I was like, nah, that's all just
it's
whatever.
Never fun.
Yeah, I think that's what you and Joy were saying. They're like, yeah, I mean, I did it, but like I could have easily just not.
Literally, I remember like every time I go through that list because I will revisit it every year or so. And I always leave out names because that's how insignificant some of the fucks were. Where you're like,
whatever. Or it was one pump. Like,
yeah, who is it? I don't even. Does this even fucking count?
You're like, I was asleep.
I was. I guess I was physically there. Now, Lee, would it turn you off if you were dating a girl who's like, I've slept with 50 men?
When I was younger, it bothered me. Now, I don't think it would at all.
I feel like that's a part of also just kind of growing up. Like when I got with my first like. My first like relationship out of high school with a dude, I was a virgin and then I lost my virginity to him. And still there was always so much insecurity about like the guys that I had just like, sucked off. He was like, you did that. And I was like, yeah, I was a virgin, but I was still like having my fun, and he was just like, and I'm like, you've slept with 20 people. Like, what does it matter? What does it literally doesn't matter. Like, it's just us now.
Yeah.
But then it kind of like switched. And then the longer we were together, I started feeling like, fuck, is this just going to be it? Like, I want to get out there more. And he's like, no, this is fine. Anyways, we broke up.
Yeah. It's a fucking societal thing. It's a culture thing or just whatever. Women have to be pure and.
When you're getting ready, if you guys, God, I hope that you have a great relationship, but let's say you're getting ready to break up or something, that could be kind of like that could be fun.
Throw them off. Just fucking say, throw them off.
You were my 151st
just so
body.
Just so you know.
I'll put it up to 500. Fuck
just so you know, Muhammad, you are my 152nd.
Yeah.
Man. Muhammad.
And then go.
And then go Allah Akbar.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it moving. I can say that because I'm Middle Eastern.
Well, 1%.
Okay, Magdi Khalib was from Egypt. Khalib.
Okay.
Hey, Onks. The title of this email is Female Rapist Here.
So one more time, what is the title?
Female Rapist Here.
Hey, sis.